Welcome to So Sweet Violet. My name's Jules and this is my podcast all about knitting and stitching and all the crafty things. This is Mabel, our gorgeous whippet. I call her a puppy, but she's 18 months now and she's just so adorable. I don't know how we got so lucky to have such a lovely girl, but she's just so gentle and so loving. And we've just been for a walk, haven't we, pups? So she's quite calm today. She's generally quite calm, to be honest. She has her playful moments, which I guess because she's only 18 months old and she's really fun still. So, but she's just I can't tell you how much I love her. She's just she fills my heart, and she looks into my eyes sometimes, and I think, she just loves me for who I am. Doesn't matter if I'm having a bad day or, you know, I've got a spot on my chin. She's just adorable and I love her more than words can say. Yes, so she just wanted to say, well, I wanted her to say hello. Hey, mates. Hello. You're going to look over here. Look. What's over here? Look. Do we say hello? Hello. So I'm going to put her in her pen now to have a sleep, because she always has a nap, don't you? Mid-morning is nap time, and it means I can get on, because she is a little shadow and she does follow me everywhere, which I love, but you know, sometimes I do trip over her quite a lot. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm back again. Mabel's in her pen, safe and sound, fast asleep within 5 minutes, I expect. Before we go any further, I've got something really amazing to show you. Isn't that the most beautiful mug? I call it a cup, really. I don't know. Mugs I always think are bigger, but I don't know. I guess it's a mug. I just love it so much. This all came about when a lady called Alice, hi Alice, contacted me because she'd seen a photo I'd posted on Instagram of a panda mug that I own, and she asked me where she could get one from, and I told her it's Disney World in Florida, so obviously that's quite a long way to go for a mug, but I said to her that I might be able to get her one, and so we ended up doing a mug swap, and this is what she gave me, and her godmother made it. Her godmother's a potter. It's so gorgeous. And Alice is Sweet Murmurations on Instagram. I'll put it down here so you can see. And I absolutely adore it. So I have a special mug for my podcasting. How thoughtful and lovely is that? I will treasure it forever. And in here I've got some coffee. I did start my podcast about an hour ago, and I just got into it and the window cleaner came, so I kind of scrapped that idea and waited, and he's gone now. But I do have lovely clean windows, and actually it's cloudy now, but we have had some flickers of sun, which is quite amazing and lovely. So yes, that's my beautiful mug. I'll just have a sip of drink. Okay, you can find me on Instagram mostly, on my blog where I have all the show notes for the episodes. Sometimes it takes me a while to get them up there, but they will get there. You can also find me on Etsy, where I have a shop and I sell project bags and butterfly canvases and whatever I fancy making, really. You can also find me on Ravelry, and actually before I go any further, I just wanted to say that last episode I mentioned that I'd open a couple of new threads, the welcome thread and the knitting haven thread, and I just want to thank you so much to all the people who posted in those and introduced yourselves. It's so nice, and I feel like we're building our So Sweet Violet community inside the bigger, most wonderful community of crafters it really is the best community. I actually feel like I found my people. I really do. I think kind of when I was growing up and everything, I always felt so different to everybody else. But now I've found my people and it's so nice. I'm so thankful to all of you. Thank you also for all the suggestions that were sent to me regarding the Kid Silk Haze that my niece gave me. I think what I'm going to do is to hold two strands, you know, a strand of normal yarn and a strand of the Kid Silk Haze together, so you get that lovely halo. And I think I'll probably make myself a hat or something, but it probably won't be till next winter because it's quite dark green and it feels nice and wintry to me. So yes, so I had some brilliant suggestions and links to different patterns, and yes, so that was so helpful, so thank you for that. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of you who gave me reassuring messages about my podcast wobble, and yeah, thank you. Anyway, I'm back and I'm really happy to be back. So anyway, so let's get on with some knitting, shall we? Because that's why we're here at the end of the day, isn't it? So my first in the making this week is my February sock. February socks. This is one, I finished one, so I've got half a pair of socks, and I'm calling them my Love Day socks, and I really love them. See the little hearts, and that's on just on the outside of the foot, so I'll make the other one with the hearts on this side, and the rest is just plain. So I did my usual whirlwind toe, which there is a link to the pattern for the whirlwind toe on my project page. I think my last pair of socks that I put up there, which would be my Impossible Girl socks, in the notes to that there'll be a link to this toe, and the toe pattern is by Yarmando. Then I did a plain stockinette foot, and I just did, well, actually, to explain it a bit better to you, I was going to make these True Love socks. With just the heart detail. But because in this pattern there's lots of other patterning on the sock, when I tried to use the chart but just for the hearts, it got really confusing and I made loads of mistakes. So I unpicked it and I found a pattern for heart socks, I think. Yes, Heart Socks by Patty Joy, and so I used the chart from her pattern, which was so much clearer. I carried on with the True Love sock for the heel, which just makes a nice like increased gusset and a nice heel flap and turn there. Is that a heel flap and turn? I don't know. Yes, and I inserted this lacy, that's my knee, sorry. So I inserted this lovely heart lacy detail up the side on the outside of the leg, so the other sock will have it on this side. And I just did a 1x1 twisted rib. Oh, look at that bunny, it's so cute. So yeah, so there, that is in the making. February socks for my box of socks, and I really love it. The yarn is Bear & Fuller Sweet Dream, and I used, see, I've been debating lately. I always used in the past 2.5mm, but I think my gauge has improved since I've been knitting socks, which is about a year now, and I think, oh no, this is actually still 2.5, but I have decided to go down to 2.25, which I think will be better for me. But anyway, these do fit perfectly, but the yarn is, I always find with Vicky's yarn, Bear & Fuller yarn, that it is a little bit thicker than some other fingering weight yarns. So I think that's probably why they fit really nicely. So this is my progress on sock number 2. Actually looks like a little trainer sock at the moment. So I'm just at the point where I'm ready to start the heart, so I'm just here. There we go. And I'm knitting these on higher sharps. I think my fingers slowly getting used to them. So I think that's everything I need to tell you about my Love Day socks. And I really love them. They're such pretty colour, as you can see. I love the colour. And this is stored, well, these are stored in my lovely Brooklyn General Store bag. And this was gifted to me at Christmas time by lovely Helen of Curious Handmade. And I must do a little package to send in return because I was so touched by that. Anyway, so that's my first in the making project. Second up, I think it was last episode or the one before where I showed you this cushion that I made with some Tilda fabrics, the new range of Tilda fabrics with a little bee. Anyway, I decided to make a couple more of those. The first one I've used, let me show you the bottom first. So this is definitely in the making. I've used a lovely selection of Liberty fabrics. You can see this, I can just stand up. Oh, so pretty. Some of my absolute favourite fabrics in there. And for this one, I doodled a couple of cross-stitch designs. There's the bee, and I designed a little butterfly as well. So this one, excuse my loose strands here, this one is going to be a butterfly, a little butterfly flying around. There we go. A little close up of the butterfly, or the start of the butterfly. And this here is waste canvas, so you can use it on any fabric that isn't even weave, or you might find it hard to cross stitch without the guide holes. So you just stitch that on. It's not iron, not fusible or anything, so you just cut out a little square, stitch it onto your fabric, or just tack it on around the edges. I don't know if you can see, I've used quite a natural thread. So I just tacked it on, and then you do your cross stitch on top of that. And when it's done, you just spritz it with some, I use my ironing spray, you know, a water spray bottle, and just spritz it over. I think warm water works better. But first of all, I'll cut off the excess, spritz it all over, and then you get some tweezers, and once the water has kind of saturated it, get the tweezers and just pull out the strands. You have to do it more or less one by one strand, but it doesn't take long, because once you've pulled out all of the horizontal, all the vertical come out really easily, or the other way around, doesn't matter. And it's brilliant. So it's water soluble, I guess, and is how I love to do cross stitch, because you can cross stitch on anything. And yeah, so I'm quite excited to see how this little butterfly is going to turn out. And then it will be turned into a cushion cover. And I've also started another one. So this one I'm sewing on my hexagons. So I made the hexagon panel first. I was thinking of doing maybe a little tutorial of how I do my hexagons, because I'm also thinking that I might make a pattern for this cushion, and I thought if I do a little tutorial on how I do my English paper pieced hexies, it could go alongside the pattern. So anyway, so yes, I'm just at the moment stitching on the, oops, where are we? Stitching on the hexagons, so they're just pinned. I've taken the paper templates out, and I think this one will be a bumblebee, but who knows what I decide. But I do really like the butterfly. The butterfly is really pretty because you can pick out the colours in the fabrics, which I think is really nice. So yes, so that's that one. A bit messy at the back because I just pull all my strands out of the way so I don't have to cut them each side. So I pull them out of the way, so when I've done one side I can just pull these back out and carry on using them on the other side, so you don't have to keep joining. So that's those, which I love. I'm really enjoying them. So if anyone is interested in a pattern, I'd really like to know, because obviously I don't want to make a pattern and nobody's really that keen, but so if you could let me know, that would be wonderful. Okay, I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. Okay, the next work in progress is actually a bit of a fail. I was watching Bethany from the Woolberry Fibre Co podcast, who I love. I really, really love her. She's just lovely. And we're just so similar in lots of ways. But she was talking about her Bumblebee Shawl and that she'd been having trouble. Well, so have I. I've been loving it. I bought it when it was a kit from Sweet Sparrow Knits. No, she's Sweet Sparrow Yarns now. It's lovely Julie. And this is where I'm up to. But this, I have unpicked this top bit so many times. But I thought it has 3 kind of arrow rows along here, okay? I thought this bottom one was right, but the second one up was very, very wrong. So I unpicked it yet again after unpicking the bottom one and started doing the second row of arrows, which you can see here, and you can probably see that it's looking very nice and straight, which makes me now think that this arrow row, which I thought was correct, is incorrect. There's something not right about it, I think, but I'm not sure. Can I show you? What do you think? I think it's slightly wrong, this row. I think this bottom row of the design is slightly wrong. So the rows are really long to tink back now, because I think I'm possibly over the 300 anyway, 300 stitches, and I've spent so many hours. You wouldn't believe it to look at it, but I've spent hours and hours knitting and unpicking, knitting and unpicking, and it got to the point where I had to go to my bedroom, shut the door, sit on the bed, no music, no sound, and literally count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, which you'd think is so easy. I mean, who can't count to 3 and who can't count to 2? Obviously it's me, because I just can't do it. And anyway, it's been on the naughty step numerous times, and I love it, and I really, really want the shawl. It's beautiful yarn. This kind of grey tone here is called The More from from Sweet Sparrow Knits. No, Sweet Sparrow Yarns. This is Mother of Pearl, which is so pretty, and it's got shades of, it's got little speckles of turquoise and lilac and green and kind of a beigey colour. It's very pretty. And the More has lovely shades of green and purple. Actually the same, it's kind of the same speckles, but this is a grey base and this is a cream base. And I love it, and it's so soft and luscious, and I really, really really want the shawl. So for now, it's going back. I'm not going to call it the naughty corner. I'm going to send it to the spa on the shelf for a rest. And hopefully when I pick it up next time, it will be less grumpy with me. And maybe I'll be more able to count to 3. Maybe I just have too much on my mind at the moment. So I decided, this is really in the planning, but as it links on, I decided to have a go at something simpler. I have made a shawl before. I made Molly's rather. I think it's Whispering Pine shawl. I think it was. So I have had a go at shawls before and found it okay. So I'm going to have a go at the Oaklet shawl. And that is by Trixie Knitter. So that looks pretty simple. It's just the centre increases and the lace at the bottom, which is really pretty lace. You can see that there. So I caked up some of the most gorgeous yarn from my stash. Oh, isn't that pretty? This was a gift from my lovely friend Rhonda, who is Birdie Butterfly, and it's Knox yarn, which I've never used before, but the colours are just beautiful. And the colour is Maynard. It's so pretty, and it's superwash merino nylon, 460 yards. So that's plenty. I've got my needles ready, I've got some ChowGoo 3.75, I've got my yarn wound up, I've got my pattern. So, wish me luck. I need a shawl. A podcaster needs a hand knitted item, and I can't wear my one and only knitted cardigan every single time, can I? So that is in the making, but I'm still actually, no. So that's in my little mermaid bag that I made. So that's really in the planning, but it's in the making section because it just fitted in. Okay, I've also got lots of socks on the go. The same ones actually that I showed you last time, but I've just done a little bit more work on them, not much. These are my Sugar Frost socks by the lovely Marianne, who is Vanilla Wool on Instagram. And I've turned the heel, did a fish lips kiss heel. I did my usual whirlwind toe, surprise. And I'm just going up the leg on this one. I have started the other one, which I showed last time. So a little toe. And this yarn is Nora George. It is Nora George, but I can't seem to find my ball band. I think it's called Soft Lilac, possibly, but it's definitely Nora George, and it was gifted to me by a lovely friend. So yes, they're lovely socks, and they're nice and simple. And after knitting on the Bumblebee Shawl and I'm a bit frazzled, I've been picking these up. I'm also making the same pattern in different yarn. Oh, I actually finished one. Let me show you. These are my Miss Tiggywinkle socks, and they're actually for Bryony. Oops. The yarn is from Diane at Elm Tree Yarns. Look, I followed the pattern. I actually followed the pattern. This is the pattern for Sugar Frost socks by Vanilla Wool. Again, same pattern, but the last pair that I showed you, the lilac-y ones, I kind of just inserted the stitch design into my own recipe for socks. But this, I actually followed the pattern all the way through, I think, which is pretty good. Yes, so they're lovely, and it's a really nice pattern and a lovely heel. Hello. And the second sock, I can't remember because I haven't knit on them for a while. I've just done the cuff. This is very rare for me to knit cuff down because I love knitting toe up. But I think I'm getting to like it more actually, but I don't think I'll ever switch permanently because I just love knitting toe up. I'm addicted to the whirlwind toe, which is part of the reason. So yes, it's very pretty yarn. What am I knitting these on? I bet I'm knitting them on 2.25. I switched. So these are knit on 2.25 high sharps. And there's Diane's tag. I don't know why I keep doing this today, because it's here. It's weird. And it's called Mrs. Tiggywinkle. There we go. So that is those. I have another pair of socks to show you. Sock mad. And all I want to do is cast on new ones. So the last pair I've had on the go actually for, I feel a bit twisted, that's better. I've had these on the go for quite a while. A friend of mine wanted me to teach her to make socks, and I really wasn't sure I was up to that task, but she made me promise, so I did, and she really took to it, and yeah, so she's knit. I think she's nearly knit a pair, but this was a sock we knitted in tandem. She came and sat with me and we cast on the toe together, and once we did all the increases I sent her away and she knitted the foot, and I think she did the gusset as well, and then she came back and we sat on the sofa again and we did the heel, and then I sent her away again and she knit the rest of the sock on her own. And I sent her a link to the, I think it's Jenny's surprisingly stretchy cast off. And yeah, so I've taught somebody to knit socks. I'm really chuffed because spreading the love of sock knitting can only do good in the world. And I'm really happy. So there's another one in our club. Anyway, I knit this as my teaching sock and I love the yarn. I really love self-patterning yarn. And this is Regia, and it says design line Arnie and Carlos. I'm sure it had a name on the website. Am I showing you that? Yeah. Don't know if that helps anybody. But it's very pretty. But I'm very sorry, I can't remember what it was called on the website. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And I just used some contrast from my stash for the heel. And so did my friend. I gave her some opal to do her sock. I should put it on a blocker for you, you can see better. And I found some kind of coordinating kind of leftover stash for her to do her heel. So I feel like I'm stumbling on my words today terribly. There we go. It's super lovely. So I haven't even started the second sock because I was waiting for her to come back because I didn't think she'd have picked it up so quickly. So I was waiting for her to come back and I thought we were going to sit together again and do the toe, just in case she needed some help, but she did it herself. I'm so proud of her, honestly. I knew she'd be amazing. But anyway, so I'm going to call these my teaching socks, I think. So I need to cast on the next one. So I'm very pleased with those, and this is in my gorgeous loop and bar bag from the lovely Kate, who is travelling around Australia right as we talk. Right as you're listening to me, she's in Australia. If it's still February when you're watching this. By the way, today is February the 16th. and it is Thursday. So you'll be watching this, well, the earliest you'll watch this is tomorrow, which is Friday the 17th, and it's my big brother's birthday tomorrow, so it's going to be a bit of a tricky day tomorrow, I think. But anyway, enough said about that, I think. So that is all my in the making, I believe. Okay, in the planning. Sorry, I need some more coffee. I don't know if you can see that. It's got KH. I love handmade things. They just feel like treasure, because nobody else is going to have one of these, or exactly the same knitted socks or shawl or the same cushion. It's just lovely. It's lovely to be able to make things for people and tailor them to make that person feel really special and loved. And this mug really makes me feel special and loved, and I'm so thankful for the kindness shown and the thoughtfulness. It's just wonderful. Anyway, so in the planning, I showed you my oaklet shawl. I don't know when I'm going to start that. Excuse me. Okay, so I've done a bit of a fail. Do you remember last time I said, by my next podcast, I'd like to have cast on my owl sweater, cast on my hat, made a Christmas ornament for Molly and Amber's ornament along, cast on my Prairie Socks by the delightful Kay, and that's it. That is my in the planning fail. But anyway, I have been busy. Life has been very busy, and I've been busy making things for my shop as well. But anyway, I am planning on casting on my Prairie Socks because I am going on holiday in, what's today? In 1 week today. And going with my family and my daughter Bryony's boyfriend, who is really adorable. And we are going to Disney World in Florida for 2 whole weeks. Oh, it sounds like bliss. I'm going to be a child. I'm going to live in fairy tale land for 2 weeks. I'm going to giggle and laugh and eat what I like. And I'm just going to have fun with my family. I've been before several times, and I absolutely love it there. It's just the one holiday for me where I literally forget all of my worries, all of my sadnesses, and can be just happy. Tired. It's really hard work, that holiday, but I love it. It's just the most fun ever. Anyway, I'm going to need some knitting on the plane. So I bought some needles, which I'll show you from the postie section. But I obviously need something to cast on, something new and exciting, even though I may take my teaching sock maybe and finish that, because I'm not very good with just plain vanilla knitting. But I do find if I've got a nice patterned self-patterning yarn or self-striping, which I really need more self-striping yarn. I find there's not many, or I haven't been able to find many self-striping yarns in the UK. They tend to be from the US, Canada, New Zealand. If from the UK we order from outside the EU, we end up paying taxes, import duty on our purchase, which I don't mind at all. That's absolutely fine. But then the post office slaps on an £11, I think it is, charge on top. So if you've ordered just one skein of yarn, you pay the price, you pay the shipping, absolutely fine. Pay the import duty, which maybe is like £3 or £4, and then the post office put on another £11. It makes it so expensive. So I'd really like to find some UK or EU based self-striping yarn dyers, because I love self-striping yarn. So if anybody knows any, please let me know, because I would be so grateful. I'd especially love it if it's from the UK, because I do love supporting UK buyers. But anyway, I have literally forgotten what I was talking about. Yes, Prairie Socks, going on holiday, knitting socks. Okay, so I bought some wooden needles, which I've already said, and I want to start a new project, and my new project is going to be Prairie Socks by Kay, and Kay is adorable. Kay is half of the Bakery Bears, the other half being Dan, who I'm so relieved to find out is home from hospital and recovering well, and Kay can breathe a sigh of relief. Anyway, so I'm sure you've all seen the Prairie Socks pattern. It's really kind of a dainty pattern, not lacy, just really textural and pretty. So I have 3 choices of yarn, and I can't decide which one to cast on for them. First up, I have a homespun house, and this is Dobby Tries to Help. So pretty. And this was from Harry Potter Yarn Club, but it's not the 3 months that's happening now. It was the previous 3 months. I see Molly's put up the next 3 months, and I'm so tempted, but what do I do? Anyway, so this is my first choice for the Prairie Socks. It's so pretty. It's kind of I wouldn't say cream and I wouldn't say white. It's kind of an off-white base with speckles of bright green and turquoise and deep pink, red, lilac. It's really beautiful. So that's choice number 1, Dobby Tries to Help. Choice number 2 is from the Wool Barn, the lovely Maya of the Wool Barn. Is it Maya or Maya? I don't know. Beautiful name whatever, either way. And this is her Neon Party. Really beautiful again. And this is a twistier yarn with all those bright colours. Oh, delicious. It's like spring in a skein of yarn, this. It's got bright green, turquoise, pink, bright pinks. Beautiful. Oh, sorry. There we go. So there's that one. And my last choice is, what's this called? Oh, this is by the lovely Vicky, who is Baronvuller. And this colourway, I believe it was a Christmas colourway, and it's called Wisp. But I could be wrong on the Christmas colourway thing. And that's beautiful. This is more white with kind of a dusty rose and a teal, blue, grey, pale violet. So I need to decide between those 3 for my Prairie Socks, which I know I'm going to love knitting those. So I think I'm going to take 2 pairs of socks for my plain knitting, because I may get bored, and I think it's 9 hours or 9.5 hours. It's quite long. I've downloaded lots of audio podcasts, and I've downloaded some of my Spotify playlists, so I should be okay. I bought a new book. I've not been into reading lately. I found it really hard. When I go to bed, I'm just so tired, and I think since the really upsetting time last year, I've just not read at all. So I've bought myself a new book, and I'm hoping to have a fresh start. Why do I keep getting twisted? There we go. A fresh start from the holidays. So yes, I'm so excited, I can't tell you. And we have a lovely couple coming to look after Mabel. So they're coming to our house and living in our house, which It's a bit weird, to be honest. We've never done that before, but I just couldn't bear Mabel going somewhere new. She's quite a timid little thing, and I didn't want her to be out of her kind of security and her comfort of being home. So yeah, we've got a lovely couple coming to look after her. I know she'll be spoilt rotten, and she'll be so well looked after, and I do feel quite anxious. I do find holidays, I love it when I'm there, and I know I'll enjoy it so much, but the week or even 2 weeks before, I feel very anxious. I've got lists everywhere. There's always a million extra things to do, isn't there, as well, but it'll be so worth it, and I can't wait. So that's my Prairie Socks. So that's in the planning, and I think I've covered everything. Okay, finished things. I have done lots of rambling today. Finished things. Well, my only finished knitted item are my, I'm just putting them on blockers, are my Impossible Girl socks. I think I showed them on Instagram. Hang on. Ooh. Yeah, that looks silly. That looks silly. Hang on. How am I going to do this? I don't know, because the poor bunny, I don't want him facing back, but he's going to have to. Okay, let's just do one at a time, shall we? So these are my Impossible Girl socks, and I love them. This is just a mock cable, which was quite enough for my brain. I tried many different starts to this sock as well with cables, but my brain could not cope with it. Honestly, I don't know what's happened to my brain. It's hardly functioning. Anyway, I love these socks. This was made... I told you my brain wasn't functioning. This was a homespun house yarn. Something about Hogmeads. Holidays at Hogmeads? Hogmeads? I don't know. Something about Hogmeads. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyway, it's beautiful. And it is up on my Ravelry page, I think. Is it? I think so. This is, I do not know. What has happened? I feel like someone sucked my brain out in my sleep a year ago. Anyway, these are in my Impossible Girl socks. I used a pattern called Impossible Girl socks, but I adapted it by just putting the cable on one side of the leg, I believe. And I probably did my own toe and heel. Yes, I did. I did whirlwind toe, fish lips kiss heel. See, I remembered that. I'm really sorry. So they're finished. It's amazing I get anything finished, isn't it? The other thing I did, which I'm really pleased with, I made 2 Roman blinds for our lovely new bathroom. So it's nice to have a shower now and people can't see in the cubicle, which is a joy. But I use this gorgeous fabric. And the fabric is from Peony and Sage. I love their fabric. I did my kitchen blind and our laundry room blinds in Peony and Sage, and it was the blue with bumblebees on. It's so cute. But I wanted this. It's very kind of dreamy and vintagey. And I finished the blinds. I did show a picture on Instagram, so if you want to see, just pop over there. They took me a whole day from start to finish. There was some counting involved, which did slow me down slightly. But they were pretty okay to do, I think. I bought the roller blind kit from a company called Terry's Fabrics, and they're brilliant, these kits. They come with everything you need. a pre-threaded rail kind of contraption, and with all the tape that you need and the bars that you need to thread through the different levels, so you know, a Roman blind has kind of layers. And yeah, it makes it so much easier. These kits are brilliant and I would recommend them to anybody. They are great. Never had any trouble and I've used them a lot. I think I've made 2 blinds for Bryony's room, 2 for our bedroom, 2 for the laundry room, 1 for the kitchen, and now 2 for the bathroom, and I've just used those kits every time and they make life so much easier. And you can trim them down to your size. I think they either have 2 sizes or 3 sizes in the kit, and just buy the closest, well obviously the largest size that's closest to the size you need, and you can trim it down. So I'm really sorry, I feel like I need brain pills. Okay, it's going to get more okay, it's going to get more professional now. Okay, now we're moving on to From the Postie, and I've had some amazing packages lately. Amazing packages. So first up, let me get my basket. First up, I treated myself to some Knit Pro Symphony needles. I hope these are good. I've got 2.5 and 2.25. I don't know why I didn't get 2 packets, like 4 packets of 2.25, but anyway, that's what I've got. And these are for my plain knitting. I hope they're going to allow me those, because if I can't knit on the plain, I may go insane, because 9.5 hours is a long time without knitting, just sitting there knowing you could be knitting. So keep your fingers crossed for me, and I hope I get through with those. So that's those. Now everybody's received this. This is from Molly from A Homespun House, her Harry Potter club. This was the latest colourway. So pretty. And this is called Dumbledore's Favourite. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. I don't know how Molly does it. She is like a sparkly dyeing goddess. And it came with a lovely sucre miniature lemon sherbet, or is it a lemon drop? I think I'm going to call it lemon sherbet. Progress keeper, because that's his favourite sweet. Well, muggle sweet anyway. So that's beautiful. Don't you think that would look beautiful as a shawl with another coordinating, like a tonal, maybe in this lovely, this lovely pink, or this muted kind of violet. Oh, that would be nice. So yes, I'm thrilled with that. I love being in Molly's Harry Potter club. It's just like a little treat every month. And I literally, Molly must despair of me, because I literally forget. See, this is me all over, isn't it? I literally forget that I subscribe to Molly's Harry Potter club. And this has happened to me before. And so I received this in the mail. And I look at it and I go, that's absolutely beautiful, but I didn't order it. Molly's made a mistake. Again, it's not her mistake. So I contact Molly, and Molly's like, yes, you did buy a space in the Harry Potter club, like you did last time, and forgot that time. So I did treat myself to being in this round of the Harry Potter club. So it was a very big surprise when it came, because I had no recollection. But how wonderful. So if I subscribe to the next round, I'll probably forget that as well. So apologies in advance if you're watching this, Molly. I know I'm a scatterbrain. I think it's menopause. I think I must be in the menopause. I don't know what it is. Literally, I am going silly. Anyway, back to From the Postie. I had the cutest package from Sam, who is Betsy Makes. Lovely, lovely Sam. Look at that. Look at this little notions pouch, and look at the fabric. It's Betsy, Liberty Betsy fabric for the little hearts. I love her labels, it's so cute. All polka dots inside, beautifully made. And look on here, she's popped on a stitch marker and a progress keeper. Which one's which? The progress keeper is the little flower, and the stitch marker's the little cute heart there. So cute. And this was all because she bought one of my bags in my last update. Thank you to anybody who bought bags in my last update, by the way, it's so exciting. And I just popped some little extras in there because Sam and I are kind of Insta friends? Poddy friends? Friends anyway. And I popped some extra bits in there for her, and she didn't need to send me anything back at all. I just did it because I wanted to. But look, she sent me a chocolate sheep lolly as well. You don't know how close I've come to eating this, but I saved it for you to show you on my podcast. How nice am I? And she also sent me this cute little bundle of mini skeins. I believe this lovely grey with like speckles of green and violet is one of Sam's hand-dyed yarns, and I'm really excited actually because I've never used Sam's hand-dyed yarn, so I really need to get some, so it'd be lovely to try this out. So yes, how lovely. I think Pete's getting a bit jealous because I get all these lovely packages in the mail. But it's so lovely, it makes you feel so wonderful. So yay! Okay. Oh, I've still got some coffee. I think it's cold. I'm just going to drink it anyway. It's very cold. That's yuck. Then I had a lovely lady contact me called Karen, and she lives in France, and she's just started a little Etsy business, and it's called Sunnyside Handmade. And she contacted me and said, could she send some little bits from her shop because she'd like my opinion. And I was like, oh yes, that'd be lovely, thank you. And I received this gorgeous little package a couple of days ago, and it came along with tea and chocolates. But look at these stitch markers. Let me take them out of the packet because it's a bit grey. If you hear any squeaking, it's my knee rubbing on the drawer of my desk, okay, just so you know. Look how adorable. A little owl and sweet little bird progress keepers. And they're wooden. I think they must be laser cut, but they are so cute. I absolutely adore them, Karen. I love wooden things. They're so tactile and warm looking, aren't they? And she also sent me some stitch markers. Oh my goodness, look at these. A little smiling cloud and a little birdie again. So adorable. If I move them side by side, you can see her website. I actually haven't looked at her website. I've only been on her Etsy shop. But it's called Sunnyside Handmade, and she's on Etsy as Sunnyside Handmade, and she's called Karen. And look at this. A needle gauge in an owl. So cute. Oh, I absolutely adore him. He looks so friendly, doesn't he? You can see it. Is that better? So I'm really thrilled, and I feel so lucky that she wanted me to send me some things. So I just wanted to give her a little shout out because I think her shop is gorgeous. Her products are so, I think they're very unique, and she's just a lovely lady, and I like to share things, you know, share wonderful things with my friends. So thank you so much, Karen. And I'll put a link to her shop on my podcast notes on my blog. It may not be straight away, depends how organised I am. But that's not all the gifts I received. Honestly, I'm such a lucky girl. I'm just going to get some water. Excuse me. Get rid of my cold coffee. Get some water. Lots of chattering makes you have a dry throat. I bet you recognise this. This is the most beautiful bag, and it's from lovely Sandra at By the Lakeside. Yeah, By the Lakeside. And Sandra and I decided to do a bag swap, which is really fun because I've always wanted one of her bags. They're so, the fabrics she uses and the combination of colours is just beautiful. I love it, and I love her label too. I love this, I don't think it's fluorescent orange, but it's a very bright corally orange. I love the way she puts her labels on. So lovely. It really, you can see instantly, oh, that's one of Sandra's bags. And it has this gorgeous suedette, I'd say, tassel in a gorgeous coral colour, which is beautiful. And this lovely twill handle, which is lovely and stiff and sturdy. And it's made, it's quite thick fabric, it's like a canvas. Beautiful, I love it. And look at that zip. That's one of my favourite colours. But wait till you see inside. Just wait. Look at the lining. It's bumblebees. Oh, my giddy aunts. That is the prettiest print. It's like having like a secret surprise. I love it. It's so gorgeous. But anyway, not only did she send me her amazing bag, which is a huge size, a big size, which is brilliant, because I need to make some bigger things other than socks. I really need to. She sent me this. Look at this. Sweet Georgia yarn, which I have never ever had the privilege to try. But look at the colours. Insanely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And that colour is called Love Struck. I guess Sweet Georgia is, oh, hand dyed in Canada. Oh, it's beautiful. Well, obviously she lives in Canada, so. And she also gave me some tea, David's tea. Well, if you've ever tried David's tea, it's very hard to try any other tea. I don't know what David does to it, but it's delicious. I haven't opened this yet, but it's raspberry cream pie. Oh, Sandra, you spoil me. She also sent me these three little ones. Oh no, I've only got two actually, because I had one. So here's the two I've got here. And I already had one, which was Mother's Little Helper, because I saved the packet, which was delicious. This is Earl Grey, cream of Earl Grey. And this one is Forever Nuts. So I'm really, really excited to try those. She also sent me some Coffee Crisp chocolate bars, which are in my tummy. And some beautiful washi tape. And, oh, I've been so tempted with these. 2 lollipops. And I'm guessing these are maple. And I love maple. Absolutely love maple. So, that was amazing. So kind, so thoughtful. This community is magic. Okay, so that was all my gifty things. I did treat myself too. I bought some yarn, surprise. First of all, well, I guess the Mollies was a treat to me. The Dumbledore's Favourite was a treat to me from me too. Look at this. Isn't that super bright and pretty? This is Spectrum Fibre yarn, and it is called Party in a Nebula. Wow, it's amazing. I think they're going to be some really jazzy summertime socks, these ones. Gorgeous. And where did I see her? I think I saw her on Instagram. She's Spectrum Fibre on Instagram. But I think I bought from her shop, which is an Etsy shop. So she's Spectrum Fibre. I don't think it says anywhere. Yeah, and it's 100% superwash merino. Beautiful. And then I've been chatting a bit to Bethany, who owns Woolberry Fibre Company, because we've been chatting about our Bumblebee shawls, and I've basically been stalking her shop quite a lot. But I treated myself to 3 skeins of yarn. I thought, if I'm going to pay customs, I'd rather, because it doesn't really put up the price, you have to pay that post office fee of £11 if you order 1 skein or 3, so I thought I'll just order 3. So first up is this one. This is called Mermaid Bay. Oh, so pretty. She has the most gorgeous sense of colour mixing. How beautiful is that? This one has simple sock, which is 75 superwash merino and 25 nylon. And Mermaid Bay, I said that, didn't I? I love her labels too. I think her husband designed those. They're really pretty. Really simple, but fabulous. So that's that one. Then I bought Golden Pineapple, which really, actually, is not the colour I would normally go for. I love the peaches and everything, but I saw it, I was like, wow, that is absolutely stunning. It really looks like pineapple. It's like, here's the outside of the pineapple. It's like the greeny bit where it's not quite ripe, and this is the inside. And it's beautiful. Again, that's simple sock again, and her golden pineapple colourway. And her yarn is so soft. I think I love Bethany. And this is a sock set. I mean, how could I not buy that? And this is her raspberry macaron colourway. And it's 100 gram with a 20 skein mini. And I believe she did sets with a stitch marker. It may have been a sucre stitch marker, but I'm not sure. But it was a little raspberry macaron, and it was cute. But I missed out on those. But I still got the yarn. Oh, look. Gorgeous. Now that is definitely going to be socks, because I want to do the heels, toes and cuffs, or just heels maybe. But it's so beautiful. So I've been very, very lucky, and I really have spoilt myself and been spoilt by lots of lovely friends. So, very, very exciting. And I think that's everything. I wanted to share something special with you. My daughter's best friend Vicky, they went to university together and studied zoology. Well, she's an amazing artist. And I just wanted to show you some of her paintings. She paints them and then she prints them and sells them. She's got an Etsy shop and she's got her own website. But her paintings are incredible. She's fantastic. And this is, I don't know how well you'll see because it's in a frame. This is a print that my daughter Bryony bought from her, and it's a kingfisher on a branch. I don't know how well that's showing up because of the glass, but let me tell you, it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And Vicky paints lots of animals, and she has a website, and her little tagline on her website is, let me read it because I don't want to get it wrong. My wanderings and wanderings in the world of all things wild. And yeah, I just wanted to show you some of her paintings. So I'm going to insert a few pictures here. Amazing, aren't they? So I just wanted to show you really, because I think they make incredible presents, and especially I think men are really hard to buy for, and I think men would love these. I mean, I love them, and I think everyone would love them, but you know, for tricky people, I think they are a fantastic gift. And she is so talented, and Well done, Vicky. They're beautiful. Also the elephant one, I think £10 from each sale of the elephant print goes towards a charity, oh yeah, Space for Elephants Foundation. So that's really lovely. I think she does a lot of good work. So yes, so I'm going to put the shop address here and her blog address, and please pop over and show her some love. Okay, last but not least is some shop news. I have made kind of a small batch of bags this time for an update tomorrow, which is probably your today. So I'm quite late in kind of podcasting, I guess, but I have put it on my Instagram, the date of when I'll be listing these in my shop. So the update will be Friday the 17th of February, which is today, I think you'll be seeing this today, at 6 p.m. UK time. I think it's GMT time. So these are, let me unzip it, put some yarn in so you can see. I'm going to put some yarn in there just to give it a bit of shape. These are my Happy Patch big project bags, and they're made with my beloved stash of Tilda fabrics. Although this one, for some reason, in my mind it was a Tilda print, but actually when I dug it out after I'd stitched my bags up, I read the salvage and it wasn't. It was a Tanya Whelan, I think, print. So it's all Tilda apart from this print here, which is very pretty. See, that's the back. All those gorgeous fabrics. I do love Tilda. This is the front with a lovely silk tassel, natural zip, and it has kind of a little banner with happy, happy, happy stamped on in black, because what's in our project bags makes us happy, happy, happy. So I'll show you a couple. They're all different, but kind of the same, if you know what I mean. So this is another one. See that sneaky print again. And another one. I think I've only got 9, so it's not a huge amount, but these are big ones. I think this one's got kind of a pale aqua tassel. I think this could be sweater size, as long as it wasn't a chunky sweater. It's definitely shawl. I mean, they're pretty roomy. I'm going to see how many skeins of yarn I can get in. That'll give us an idea, won't it? So there's one in there already. Oh, I didn't show you inside, did I? So I'm going to stand up. Pockets. 2 pockets, quite roomy ones. Another one there. And my little label. So there's one skein in there. Excuse me. Stick another couple in there. So there's still loads of room. So I'm thinking it could easily be a sweater bag. Definitely 3 or 4 skein project would fit in there nicely in fingering weight. It won't, however, come with the yarn in it. So yes, so I have, I believe, 9, and they'll be going in my shop, my Etsy shop. And there will be, yeah, I'll make sure I get the podcast notes up so there'll be a link to my Etsy shop on my blog. But if you go on my Instagram, there's a direct link from my Instagram to my Etsy shop as well. And I forgot to say, there's also, which I include in all my bags, a little linen tab inside with this removable ring, and so you can put your stitch markers and scissors. Don't seem to have any quite here, but you can just put things on there so you don't lose them, and it just clips back up like that. And it's box bottom. It's got lovely wadding interfacing, so it stands up on its own. So there we go. So they'll be going in my shop today. The other thing I wanted to mention is I've had lots of questions about my Liberty art canvases, and I've had some small ones in my shop, but I haven't had the big square ones in with the 9 butterflies for quite a while. So after my holiday I'll be concentrating on some butterfly items. This is the big, if you can see very well because of, this is the 9 one, and underneath each Liberty butterfly, this is kind of in a rainbow. You see red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, indigo, violet, purple, pink. And they have the name and the colour of the fabric. So this says Capel Coral, Elysian Turquoise. And I also do one where the pink butterfly has a personalised label, so you can put Happy Birthday Mum, or Lovely Sandra, or whatever you like really. I think I've got a limit of how many characters, because obviously you couldn't have an essay under there because it would look weird. It doesn't come in this frame, it just comes as a canvas. Have I got? Oh, I have actually. 1 second. This is how it comes, as a thinnish, well, say thin, it's on mount board and it's got a felt backing. It's pretty sturdy. So it'll come like that. It doesn't come in this frame, but I made the actual canvas the perfect size to fit in this frame, which is from IKEA, and it's a ribber frame. And I think the details, when I list these canvases in my shop, the details of which frame you would need to buy if you wanted to put it in a frame will be in the information, the description for the canvas. But it looks equally as beautiful without the frame. It comes with a lovely velvet loop for hanging. So yes, I just wanted to say that I am making more, and I'm sorry they've been so long away from my shop, but I'd like to make some more butterfly items as well. I've got lots of ideas. Anything I can show you? I feel like I'm going on a bit today. I had an idea about making little buntings. This has got an initial on, but you could have names, or my den, or I love you, or... So that's a little idea in my mind. I think that's it for today. I'll put a video of a walk with Mabel in the outro, and I'll see you soon after my holiday. Bye!